Welcome back, and as promised, today we're going to make a couple different kinds of drop-down envelopes. So here is the first prototype. You open it up, it folds out, and it folds out. And we need to zoom out. Okay, so as you can tell, I made this out of music paper. And then what does the back look like? Like that. So then the second prototype happens to be in this pink journal we worked on yesterday. And it is right here. I have it glued down to the page. You open the top, it flips down once, and there's two pockets there. And I just have a couple of cute little things in there. This is to just write on, and so is that. Just a couple of fun, cutesy little things that I stuck down in there. And I let this flap overhang. And then I've got a couple fun little things in there. So I thought I'd show you how to make those two today. So what are you gonna need? Well, first, book page. Any kind, doesn't matter. I'm going to start with, let's see, what is this? The Cauldron Cookbook. What's a cookin'? I have a blue journal that I need to work in. So I thought I could use this. This is rag paper. Doesn't really matter what kind of paper you use. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you what to do if you only have that really thin paper. So let me set this right here. Here is a book that I have. It is, what is it? Dictionary of English and German. Isn't that fabulous? And as you can tell, I've ripped pages out. Let's assume that you've got old paper that is very, very fragile. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Just open one page, grab a glue stick, okay? And we're going to get glue all over this page. Really making sure that it's glued even at the edges. And all this is doing is it's going to reinforce it, make your page thicker so you can work with this. And I just find that most of the time, not always, most of the time, it's easier to glue the pages together when they're still in the book, because then you can take this page here and just turn it over and flatten it down like this. Okay, and then, because as you can tell, these rip out horrible, I'm gonna hold this down. And oh wait, you know what I could do? Let me grab my X-Acto knife here. And I bet what I could do is just come in and hopefully, oh, look at what I got. Huh. Hopefully that took that. Oh, well, it messed it up still. That's okay. That's all right. Let's grab maybe 2 more pages and see about doing it out of the book. Oh, yeah. See, these are so old that they just even rip when you're trying to use the X-Acto knife. But we'll see what we can do. Let's go ahead and put glue. Now, for me, I'm only going to put glue on this page where there is writing, because I think what we'll do is we'll put the pages together and then we will take off the area that's blank around the edges. That's my thought anyway. We'll attempt it. Okay. And now we'll just line that up. Glue it down. I didn't glue them down exact. That's okay. Now I'm going to grab a ruler. Any ruler works. This one is off Amazon. It's cork on one side and metal on the other. And I'm just going to lay that there and tear it off. And then do down here. over here. And I suppose we better do right there where it got that really wonky edge. Okay, so we'll set these aside to use later. And let's do this one now. Just getting off the edges that are plain. And actually, see that? I do need to go ahead, darn it, and rip there. And then here, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I'm gonna save those scraps for later. All right, so let's let the glue dry on our thin pages. Let's come over here, and here's for the first one that is just the 2 pockets. What we're gonna do is you gotta figure out how wide you want it. And I'm just thinking, can we rip it right down the middle? That would be fabulous. There we go. And then if we fold the bottom up, it's upside down. So what you could do is take this, turn it upside down. Ooh, look at that. You can read. It says biscuits. And then you just fold it up however deep you want that pocket. I think I'm just going to go right about here. And I'll show you how far I folded it up. Let's see. It is just a hair over 2.5 inches. And then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab my brown ink. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to cut a little notch here. This is a 1.5 inch hole punch off Amazon. If you don't have this, just take your stick glue, maybe set it there, draw around it, and then cut that niche or notch or whatever we're going to call it. And then we're going to ink that. And I'll go ahead and ink the bottom and the side. Now, if you plan to put this inside of another pocket, or maybe use a paper clip and paper clip this in, you're going to want to also do the back with this. I, however, am not going to. So I'm going to ink around the edges now, just on the front. And actually, up here is going to be our envelope where we fold it down. So we're going to cut the sides, but not yet, because the next thing I want to do is create my next pocket. So if this here, what we want is, well, glue. Aha, here's my glue. We're just going to put glue right here and right there. And then fold it over and press down. Give that glue a chance to grab a hold. Okay, and then let's leave a little bit of space and maybe fold this up to here. Okay, now, how much space? Just a little. You see where I did that? And then, since that's going to be seen, I want to go ahead and ink here, and here, and here, and here. There we go. Okay, so that gets folded up. That means this is going to fold down like that. Oh, but don't get it crooked, lady. There we go. All right, and then for the top, just to make sure it's even, I'm going to hold them together and just chop a corner off. It doesn't matter how much. It's up to you. You can always cut more. And then I'm going to come and ink again. Because you're going to see that when it's folded down, I'm going to go ahead and ink right there as well. Okay, we don't need our ink anymore. But we need a pocket here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, or you could do a completely different, I mean, we could come in with this. It's a little damp still, so let's let it dry. Let's come in with this and create another pocket. It's not quite wide enough, so we would have to go sideways. Maybe that would be kind of fun. So if I put it just under this lip, okay, you see where that is going to fold? We want our pocket to at least come down a little ways. So it's just a matter of deciding where you want your pocket to go. And I think, well, first I need to measure and chop it off right there. Okay, that's gonna be easier. And then, boy, let's just fold this. How deep do I want that pocket? It might be easier to hold that there. Fold this up, because also make sure, you see where you're folding there? You need to have room. You don't want this pocket to be right at that crease. Put it up a little bit. So I've got this extra that I'm actually gonna fold in. Oh my gosh. Why won't it now fold in? Well, okay, we're gonna leave it like that and change. We're gonna go like this. So I think I'll just go ahead and glue that down instead of cutting it off. It just reinforces everything. Why not? There we go. And then we need our little thumb notch, but oh, look how cute that is. I don't want that thumb notch on that, so I think we'll go here. There we go. And ink around the edges of this. There we go. And then we're gonna glue 3 sides. I always hold where the thumb notch is. It reminds me not to put glue there. And we're just gonna get the glue on all 3 sides that are left. And then glue her down. Pressing to get that glue to really take hold. I would rather be using my art glitter glue now, but I think she is gummed up. It won't come out. But that's art glitter glue is, or barely there art glitter glue. Whatever. Anyway, art glitter glue is my favorite, and the next one is barely there glue, I think. I don't know. It's on Amazon. It has a picture of a bear. So now we have 1, 2 pockets. This folds up, this folds down, and I'm looking at this, to me, it needs a little something. What does it need? What if we did, ouch, I just poked myself with the pen. What a mess I have going on here. Sheesh. That, oh, for Pete's sake. Okay. Well, this one here goes around that. Sheesh. Let's use a little bit of this. We'll just cut it here. Put the pin back in. There we go. And then we could put that right there on that bottom flap. That would be cute. And maybe we could just use the stapler to get it to stay down. In a straight line, preferably. Well, there's gonna be 3 staples, guys. Now you say, that's ugly. It's got staples on it, Dawn. Yeah, but I do have this little pile here of, some labels and little fussy cuts, stickers, and I'm thinking maybe we could do something like, if we put that there, maybe, oops, maybe that one would go there to cover that up. And then, what do we have here? Oh, a lady with a hat. We could put her there. And then do... nope, don't like that. What about... I think the problem is that there's too much around the edge of her. My brain's saying it's not straight. And these are just little things that, honestly, I've had sitting, collecting in a drawer. But that, now that I think about it, that won't go there. Ooh, but it fits in a pocket. We could do, oh my gosh. Well, we're changing what we're doing here. We're going to go ahead, I want to ink the edges. We're going to go ahead and make a little tag real quick that goes down in there. I wasn't going to decorate. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? What are you doing, Dawn? And that means we need something smaller. Oh gosh. Maybe that there. And let's see. Do we have, maybe that. Oh, for Pete's sake, I wasn't going to decorate. Stop, Dawn, stop. Okay, just shove that in there. Deal with that later. Okay. Whew. So, we're going to just do this quick. I'm going to grab glue. I'm going to not think about it, and I'm going to cover up, not upside down, cover up the staples. Okay, cover up. Why is that not sticking? All right, fine. Fabri-Tac then. Because that'll stick. Fabri-Tac seems to be paper to paper, fabric to paper, and fabric to fabric. That seems to be, basically I'm saying it works on everything. Okay. And now, maybe we'll just put that right there. No, let's do this first. See, I'm overthinking it again. Let's just put this here. And then stop thinking. Stop, stop, stop. This doesn't have to be that hard, Dawn. You have glue oozing out everywhere. Have you figured out yet that I use too much glue? Anybody else? Or is it just me? Okay. Anyway, you have the general construction down, right? And then you can glue this to a page or not. Just shove it in a journal. But that's the first one. Let me put my lids on the glue and I'll show you the next one. And then we could decorate after that. But where do I put this so it doesn't fly everywhere? Goodness. Okay, there we go. All right, the next one. Okay, boy, I've got stuff everywhere, you guys. The next one is this. 1, 2, 3, right? So with this one, what shall I use? We could use just some... Oh, look, it's a small world. It's a world of laughter, a world of tears, a world of hope, and a world of fears. Okay, stop. It's a small world after all. I would love to go to Disneyland. Anybody else? Me, 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 me. So we could do this twice. We'll do it with music paper, and we'll try it with our other paper. And the reason is this will show you you can do it different sizes. So the first thing I'm going to do, let's see, I'm going to need 3 pieces. So I do want them to be the same width. I'm just going to chop this off right there so it matches the other one behind it. Okay. And let's, well, so that you can see the evenness of it all, let's get rid of that. Okay, we have 2 that are the same. And here's what I'm going to do. Set them next to each other. And, oh my gosh, I did not make them exactly the same. That's okay. Let's maybe chop it. Where should we chop it? Right there. Okay, we're gonna get that off. And then right there, hold on, I'm sorry. Let's get that off. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3 pieces that are the same this way and this way. This way isn't necessarily as important as this way. So here's what we're gonna do. For all 3, we're just gonna take the bottom and fold it up a little. Now remember, it's gonna be upside down, so if you don't want that, turn your whole paper upside down and then fold up. And I'm just gonna fold up a little bit like that, okay? And then I'm gonna do the same for this one and the same for this one here. These are gonna be shallow pockets to put little items in. Now, I do wanna see, let's cross our fingers that this is going to work. Well, hello there. All right. If you're going to do some accentuating the edges, let's do that now. And that's just going to make it easier because once we glue it down on the sides, it'll be harder to, show where that pocket is. So we'll go ahead and do the sides of this. And then let's do the top pocket area here. And the sides. And the bottom. And then this one, the sides. Oh yes, this top pocket spot. Okay, one of these, you need to decide which is going to be your top one, and then what you're going to need to do is you're going to actually need to do this to the top because it will be seen. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, now your glue, and on all 3 of them, just put glue on the sides here. Oh no, this glue is really frustrating me. I don't understand what its problem is. The pin has been in it. Yeah, this is not coming out. And I don't understand why. And I really want to use this glue. Hang on, I'm going to press pause real quick. Okay, let's see if that worked. A little, I just don't understand the problem. Well, clearly it says not today, thank you. So, forget it. Go away. Let's grab this other glue. And I have to teach myself little, just a little glue, because you don't want too much when you're gluing these sides down. All right, we'll give that a chance to grab, and a little glue on these two sides, and give that a chance to really grab a hold. Okay, that was my top. And then we have a middle and a bottom, right? So let's take our bottom one, and we're going to put, well, first you have to decide how far down you want this. I will recommend leave enough space that you can fold this up. So I'm going to put it down, and then I'll tell you how much space I've got. And we're just doing an upside down U shape. And then we stick that down. Okay, and I left on here a 1/2 inch. Okay, and I'm just going to eyeball it again. And it's somewhere near a 1/2 inch again. So now all three are stuck together, okay? Now this top piece is going to be what folds over, but we're not going to deal with that yet. First, why is that not sticking down? Oh yeah, because we didn't put glue there. We could have glued down that bottom. Just not necessary. But if you want extra strength, you could go ahead and do that. I'll just shove some in there for fun. All right, so then this one here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold it up. So just like that. And then we're gonna fold it up one more time. Okay, and we shouldn't need the glue anymore on this one, but we do need to come back in and do the edges in the bottom here and right there. Unless, you know, you don't want to. This is not a have to. And then I want to do this one just so they all kind of match. Now remember, our paper is fragile. I will show you what we're going to do. No worries. Okay, so we have the general construction, but the top here, we want it to fold down like an envelope. So just decide where you want it to fold, and I think I want mine right about there. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and cut that corner off, take it and fold it over here, and then cut right there. And they should match. Come back like this, fold it over, and oh, I do want some here. Okay, now reinforcing. So for me, I tend to use either washi tape or fabric. I will show you both. Let me grab a washi tape. Okay, so I've got this sample that somebody sent. We did a washi tape swap. I always use stick glue to reinforce my washi tape. So what we're gonna do is right where you can see the folds, what we'll do is just kind of eyeball it and tear it a little bigger than what we need and run it over our glue stick here. And then I'm going to put this right over top. Oops, scoot over. Right over top of that crease. And do it again. You could use different washi tapes if you want to. It'll give it a fun look. Come on now. Come on. There we go. there. Really press down. Okay, and then we'll come back and trim off that excess on both sides. There we go. And I'm gonna attempt to get this off my scissors and throw it away. It's gonna want to stick to my fingers, I can already tell. Okay, and then if that is not good enough and your, whoops, book page is still a little fragile, you could do the inside as well. I'm really hoping that I don't need to, that this is gonna be thick enough that it'll work just fine. I'm hoping. Now, do we do the top? Unfortunately, it appears as though we need to. Okay. Just rip that and run it over our glue. Come on. There we go. Try and center it. Press it down and get the excess off. Where'd the second piece go that I know I cut off? Oh, there you are. You don't get to stay. You don't get to stay and play. But it's not coming off my finger. There we go. Got it. Now I'm gonna fold that over and just press it down. So we have the general construction, right? But sometimes I use fabric to reinforce, so I'll show you that really quick. I've got, let's see. Oof, I've got blue fabric right here next to me in my scrap bin. And so what we'll do is we'll just snip and tear. Okay, so now it's the right width. And then we'll just come in and maybe about like that. Okay. And it could go here. But how fun if I put it on this top piece. I think I'm going to do that. Even though there's already washi tape there, I'm going to do it. And so I'll just run some glue right down the center here, and then stay, and then squish it around and put that down there. Oops, center it, Dawn. We'll give it a chance to dry a little bit, and then fold and crease. And just keep in mind, you do want to give that time to dry. But we have the general construction, so let's let that dry. Let's do it with the bigger paper because it's going to make bigger pockets. All right, what we've got is our sheet music. And what I am still going to do is I think I'm going to tear off the white space here. Come on. I want to try and get a straight line. Okay, I'm not going to do all of it because this is 2 pieces and I'm just lining it up. How wide do I want? Probably right there. So I'll put this right about here. I think that's wide enough. And, oh, we need it straight. Okay, I have 1, 2. Do I need a third? Let's see. Oh, wow, that is almost the right width for 3 of them. Let's just take off a smidgen off the side. I should have measured and done all 3 at once, and didn't. And that one also didn't end up a straight line. Let's not do any ink dauber stuff around the edges this time just to make it quicker. So, again, I'm going to take this where you can read it, turn it upside down, right? And fold up. And what I see is, I'll be home at last. That's fine. We're going to fold it up just wherever you want it. I'm going to go ahead and snip that there and glue down the side. 1, 2 sides. Press down and get that sticking. Okay, and then this one, I don't think I want it upside down either, so I think I'll turn this one right side up. Give it a thumb notch. Glue. And the fun thing about these is if you pre-make a bunch in neutral paper, you can then set them aside and come back to them when you have a journal that you want to fill the pages, and do the decorating then according to whatever your journal theme is. Okay, I'm going to turn this upside down, and I think I'll go up like this. Get a thumb notch. There we go. And glue down the sides. I'll really give that a press so it's sticks. All right, and then again, we have to choose which one is going to be the bottom pocket. I think I'll do this one. Yeah. And then I'll go here. So what I'll do is I'm going to put glue on the bottom of this, right? And then the top of this and down the sides. And then, there we go. We'll do the same to this one. Glue on the bottom. Okay. Glue on the top and down the sides. Oh, that's not even. Come on. There we go. And press it down. Okay, we should be done with the glue. And then, oh look, I've got a wonky edge that I need to snip off there. Now the top is what we fold down as an envelope top. This time what I'm going to do is just fold the edges over and snip. There we go. All right, take this one, remember? Fold it up. Fold it up. And fold it down. There we go. Now, because we didn't do any inking, it's hard to see the edges. Darn it. And this one I wanted to go in my blue journal. So what if we just, do I have any blue? I do. What if we do faded jeans? Do I have a blue dauber? Let's see. I don't have a faded jeans dauber, but that one will work just fine. And we'll go ahead, and what I'll do is I will come back now. I won't do this all on camera, but I will come back and ink around the edges, right? Because then at least you'll be able to see the definition of what's what and who is who. Well, I should say, and where is where. So yeah, you just come back and decorate it later. Now you can glue this to a page, and what you would do is when it's folded, you just glue this back side here down to your journal page, and then it flips out that way from the journal. Or you just maybe I'll give you an example. Let's see. Ugh. Let's grab the pink journal and let's grab prototype number 1. And maybe let's go to a blank page. Here we go. Maybe what you do is you just tuck it in on the side and put a paper clip there, or at the top. Now, if you did, if you did the side right like that, then what you could do, and let's say there's a paper clip holding it in, what you could do is shove a little tag or something right down in there, and it will stay until somebody takes the paper clip off, and then they've got that to find, and they have the envelope with treasures in there to find. So I hope that helps, and I hope you have some fun with this project. I know that I will. I'm gonna keep working on some of these today, decorating, getting some color going on, but for now, we'll call it quits. Ooh, but we need our Bible verse of the day, and it's right back here. Let me grab it. It happens to be Psalm 8, verse 4. What is mankind that you are mindful of them? Human beings that you care for them. Yep. God cares for us. He thinks about us. He knows everything about us. He knows what's best for us. And if we'll let him, he'll gently guide us and lead us in the ways that are good for us. And you know what? His love for us has nothing to do with us. There is nothing we could do to earn his love. Nothing. He loves us as we are. And as a matter of fact, he loves us so much that he won't let us stay where we are. He wants to help us grow and be better and do better and know him more. Ooh, yes. So his love for you, his child, is truly unconditional. Don't forget that today. When you feel loved or unloved, remember you are loved. Have a blessed day, guys. Bye-bye.